And now, WWE and Your Average Joe presents Night 2 of SummerSlam.
You are looking live at a sold-out arena here in New Jersey for Night 2 of SummerSlam, and we're going to kick off the show in just a moment's time, and we're kicking off the show with a fatal four-way tornado tag team match for the Undisputed titles. We'll also be moving on into an Intercontinental Championship bout between Femi and Rusev. Then we have a triple threat match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Liv Morgan, the current champion. Then we head into the Underground with Lola and Rhea Ripley. Then we have Karrion Kross about to take on Cody Rhodes later on in the evening. And then moving on, we have Seth freaking Rollins looking to take down the Tribal Chief. And then later on in the show, we also have a triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. Jade Cargill, can she defend the title? And we also have the Undisputed Championship on the line. John Cena looking for his 17th World Championship here in the WWE. If you're new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe. Let's get this show started. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we kick off Night 2 of SummerSlam here in New Jersey, we have the Bullet Club making their way down to the ring. AJ Styles and JD McDonough looking to build on the momentum that Finn Balor started back on Night 1 when he defeated the Ring General in singles action. So the Bullet Club looking to add some championship gold to their ranks. AJ Styles and JD McDonough getting an opportunity at the World, or the Undisputed Tag Team Championships, I should say, currently held by the current champions Fraxium, who defeated the Street Profits to win those championships. And of course, we did see DIY show up on Night 1 to open up the show, trying to almost force themselves into this matchup, I believe, but they ended up And here are the current Undisputed Tag Team Champions. It is Fraxium, Nathan Frazier and Axiom. They have defended the titles on a couple of occasions already here in Universe Mode, and they have defeated the likes of the Street Profits to gain the championships in the first place. But now this is the toughest task that they're going to come up against yet. There are 3 other teams looking to take the gold, but will Fraxium be able to walk out of SummerSlam with still the championships around their waist? And next up we have the former Undisputed Champions. It is the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the men who were able to defeat DIY to unify the tag team titles back at Survivor Series. And now here they are looking to regain the gold here at SummerSlam. The Street Profits have been in around the championship gold for most of this Universe Mode series. First of all, they were the WWE Tag Team Champions on Friday Night SmackDown before we unified those titles back at Survivor Series. And now They are one of the contenders in this big matchup here. Fatal 4-way action. But the Street Profits have already defeated the likes of Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams before those two ended up splitting apart and turning on each other. But now the Street Profits have 3 other tag teams that they need to try and get through if they're going to walk out of SummerSlam with the championship gold. Are they going to be able to head back to the top of the mountain? We're about to find out. And now you can hear the boos ringing around the stadium for Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, the former tag team champions. Back at WrestleMania, they actually defeated Big E in a handicap match when Big E was trying to take the gold away from the New Day after they turned their back on him due to his neck injury. But now, the New Day looking to regain tag team championship gold. And what a way it would be to do it here at SummerSlam with the unified tag team championships. That would really solidify them at the top of the mountain in the tag team division. We'll have to wait and see whether they can take down the 3 other teams also gunning for the gold. So Undisputed Tag Team Championships on the line. 4 teams, fatal 4-way action, tornado tag rules, no disqualifications, and here we go, the bell rings and we're underway here. SummerSlam Night 2 getting started with, well, a chaotic match you could say. So many members of either team in the ring at the same time, so it's going to be so difficult for any one of these teams to find the victory here. But we will be determining who will walk out of SummerSlam with the championship gold. Can Fraction defy all the odds and maybe walk out still the champions here this evening? It's a tall task, but I'm sure that if anyone's capable of doing it, it would be the current champions. That is, of course, why they are champions in the first place. Now Kofi Kingston targeting AJ Styles in the corner. The Bullet Club are a team that have yet to win any championship gold here in Universe Mode. Of course, the other teams have all held the championships. We have the current champions, Fraxium, as we mentioned before. The New Day held the WWE Tag Team Championships back at WrestleMania, and they lost those titles after WrestleMania. And then we have the Street Profits, who were former WWE Tag Team Champions as well. They defeated the New Day for those titles, and then they unified the Tag Team Championships as well at Survivor Series. So the Bullet Club are the only team in this matchup that are looking for their first championship gold here in Universe Mode. And you have to wonder whether they'll be able to stand up to the task here this evening. I'm sure that Finn Balor will be delighted if AJ Styles and JD McDonough are able to walk out of SummerSlam with championship gold around their waist. Of course, AJ Styles was unsuccessful back at Crown Jewel in defeating the Ring General. The Ring General finally putting AJ Styles down. But Finn Balor, of course, defeating the Ring General back on night 1 of SummerSlam. And now Axiom looking for a Hurricane Rana perhaps, but oh my word, a reversal by Montez Ford into a European uppercut. As now Xavier Woods into a frog splash off with a springboard. Now, Nathan Frazier going for a pinfall, but Montez Ford was well alert to the situation. As now Nathan Frazier into a Hurricane Rana, and there's so many bodies in the ring right now. We almost need to wait for the opening for the ring to kind of clear out a little bit before we can maybe think about getting a victory, because there's just too many people inside the ring. As now on the outside, Axiom taking down Kofi Kingston, and now planting Angelo Dawkins and into the cover. Is it going to be enough for a victory? No. Kick out found by Angelo Dawkins as bodies just flying around the ring here, flying all over the shop. And most of these teams, although you could maybe argue that all of these teams are not afraid to fly, not afraid to head up to the top rope, and now Xavier Woods was looking for a victory there, but didn't quite find it. Action able to break up the count, and now Kofi Kingston looking for the win, but Nathan Frazier is well alert to the situation. Oh, well, Axiom, I believe, in a roll-up here, but it's reversed. Xavier Woods was looking to steal the victory early on in this one. And now, being sent into the corner is AJ Styles with Axiom. This matchup being broken up into some smaller one-on-one bouts. And now off of that top rope into a frog splash was Nathan Frazier, and he's going for the pinfall, and oh my word, trouble in paradise connecting Kofi Kingston into the cover, looking for the championship goal, but Montez Ford saves things for his team. Angelo Dawkins on the verge of being pinned there, and the New Day head to the outside. And well, Nathan Frazier had a steel chair in hand, but Kofi Kingston able to find a way to reverse it and make sure he can't utilise that steel chair. Meanwhile, inside the ring, JD McDonough was swinging around the baseball bat. Now AJ Styles with that baseball bat and just a swing and a miss on Xavier Woods there. JD McDonough and Xavier Woods, the two standing inside the ring, and they have a big opportunity here because the ring has cleared out a little bit here. We've got half the superstars on the outside and half inside. We have both members of the Bullet Club inside the ring, which is going to definitely be helpful to them. As now Angelo Dawkins gets sent into the ring, and Nathan Frazier decides to head into the ring as well, but a Pele kick meets the champion. AJ Styles taking Nathan Frazier down. Montez Ford up onto the second rope, and JD McDonough with that moonsault off the top rope, but he doesn't go for the pinfall, surprisingly enough, even though he has his tag team partner inside the ring. And now planting Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston into the ring, but he's not noticed the pinfall, looking for the victory, but no. Montez Ford was back to his feet, but I don't believe that he would have broke up the count there. JD McDonough could have maybe stolen the victory there. That goes back to what we said about you need to try and, as one of the superstars in this matchup, try and find the perfect opportunity, try and find the opening. Hold on a second, Spanish fly off the top rope. Axiom taking down AJ Styles, the one half of the tag team champions, looking to put his body on the line here. Montez Ford heading to the outside as well with a cross body. Is now inside the ring. We have both members of the New Day, both members of the Street Profits as well. And Nathan Frazier, I'm not sure where he is, but Angelo Dawkins has been knocked out, busted wide open. Nathan Frazier back to his feet on the outside, heading back into the ring, and now Axiom, one half of the tag team champions, looking to defend the titles, looking to retain the titles, but couldn't quite do so. As Nathan Frazier planting, and oh my word, a poison Rana. Well, the New Day just getting wiped out here, and well, Nathan Frazier just accidentally, well, you have to assume that is accidentally, took out his tag team partner. Luckily, Axiom is back to his feet fairly quickly, and now into the cover. Nathan Frazier looking to steal the win here and retain the championships. Is he going to do it? But no. That was almost a perfect opportunity. It didn't look like any other team was alert to the situation there. A big super kick connecting from Montez Ford. He heads up to the second rope, but Nathan Frazier not about to allow him to go for any kind of offense there. Now, Angelo Dawkins trying to target Nathan Frazier, but he's just too quick for him. Into a frog splash, but no. Montez Ford finds a way to reverse it. Angelo Dawkins able to finally get his hold, or get his hands on Nathan Frazier there. Sending Nathan Frazier to the apron, but he's going to head back into the ring off of the springboard. He misses out on that drop kick. As now the ring fills with superstars once again. Xavier Woods, the man in control, at least for now, as multiple members of either team back into their feet here, and an attempt at stealing the victory there by Nathan Frazier into a calf crusher though. AJ Styles, but hold on a second, the referee opting for a rope break. Well, this goes back to what DIY were mentioning before about the rules inside the tag team division. They don't seem to really be consistent here, but a poison Rana again, as it is no disqualification, fatal four-way action, so rope break should not be a thing here, but it seems like the referees, especially in the tag team division, seem to maybe have their own rules, I guess. And now Montez Ford sliding in behind of Xavier Woods on the outside, taking the knee out from underneath him. inside the ring. AJ Styles with Kofi Kingston. Nathan Frazier looking to join the party as, well, Fraxium, the tag team champions, are both inside the ring here, and they could really take advantage of this situation and maybe retain the championship gold if one superstar goes for the pin, which he's doing. Nathan Frazier heading to the outside though, not sure what he was thinking. He could have made sure that maybe Axiom could have got the victory there off of the pinfall. I don't think that would have counted because I believe that Kofi Kingston was able to kick out regardless, and oh my word, a pile driver delivered to Xavier Woods there as he rolls to the outside. Luckily for him, it doesn't look like AJ Styles caught all of it because he's back to his feet on the outside, but now looking for the victory and a kick out found by AJ Styles. JD McDonough now outpowering Angelo Dawkins. Impressive stuff by JD McDonough. Now Kofi Kingston into the cover looking to steal the win, but the ring again filling with superstars, so it may not be the right moment to try and get the victory here. Oh my goodness, it looked like JD McDonough just connected with a Trouble in Paradise to one half of the tag team champions. Maybe he was trying to target Xavier Woods or Kofi Kingston there, but he must have missed out and accidentally took out one half of the tag team champions as Xavier Woods hits the elbow drop off the top rope. Into the cover he goes. I'm not sure anyone else has noticed, but Axiom at the last possible second seemed to realise that the tag team championship gold could be about to slip out of his fingers there. And now Angelo Dawkins planting AJ Styles into the cover looking for the tag team championships, but Kofi Kingston is the man who's able to break up the count that time and save this matchup for not only his team but the other teams as well. JD McDonough now into the pinfall, 2 pinfalls at once here, and well, if this is the end of the match, then who would be victorious? But luckily, both members of the New Day able to power out just there at 1 count. That would have been an interesting situation there if 2 pinfall attempts had been completed at the same time. You'd have to wonder who would walk out as the tag team championships or the tag team champions, I should say, in that situation. Montez Ford taking out Kofi Kingston as now a lot of the members half the field on the outside of the ring here, and JD McDonough, the only man standing inside the ring, and he's got Kofi Kingston here dragging him away from the ropes. Of course, he had that rope break earlier on, so it might be a wise decision. And oh my goodness, on the outside, Axiom, I believe he may have just fell face first onto the barricade after being tossed across the outside by Angelo Dawkins. Kofi Kingston alone inside the ring decides not to go for the pinfall. That could have perhaps been the victory right there. Kofi Kingston though opting for the steel steps. He decides to drop them though and then head back into the ring, so it looks like maybe the nerves and the pressure of the situation could be getting to Kofi Kingston here. As now Kofi Kingston looking for trouble in paradise, but he wasted too much time. JD McDonough back to his feet now. DDT inside the ring off of the springboard. Is he going to go for the victory perhaps? He decides against it. Maybe he realised that Nathan Frazier is heading back into the ring. Going for a submission hold instead here though. But Nathan Frazier able to break that one up. And now German suplex by JD McDonough. Action lying in wait, but now JD McDonough looking to steal the victory off of the roll-up. Is it enough here? No. Montez Ford able to break up the count. JD McDonough went for that big headbutt, but Montez Ford able to find a reversal. Fast-paced action here in the opening matchup, and now Fraxium, or Axiom I should say, into the pinfall. But no, Angelo Dawkins saves things for the Street Profits here at SummerSlam. But now Kofi Kingston into the pinfall, and Angelo Dawkins again breaking up the count there and saving the matchup for all the other teams here. And now, oh my goodness, Nathan Frazier just planted by Montez Ford, who heading up to the top rope into a frog splash of his own, couldn't connect with it either. As now JD McDonough was looking for that headbutt again, but Kofi Kingston denied him. And now, oh my goodness, the amount of action that's happening all at once here. The struggle to keep up. AJ Styles though, he could be sizing up for maybe the Styles clash there, but Axiom wasn't about to allow that to happen. And it looked like Montez Ford again went for that frog splash but couldn't connect with it as Nathan Frazier saw it coming. Sling blade connecting for Frazier. One half of the tag team champions looking to take control here. As now, AJ Styles with Xavier Woods into the Styles Clash, and he stacks him up here, looking for the victory. Is it going to be enough here? Almost steals it. It looked like Angelo Dawkins was trying to break up the count there, but JD McDonough took the bullet for AJ Styles. As now, a rope break called once again, and the Street Profits, I'm sure, aren't going to be too pleased about that. But another Styles Clash connecting, this time onto Axiom. And AJ Styles deciding against going for the pinfall, but Kofi Kingston looking to steal the pin and steal the victory. But there's JD McDonough, who was able to break up the count there, and then he plants Xavier Woods as well. And he decides not to go for the pinfall just yet. Montez Ford, though, trying to get a sneak attack from behind there. There's now JD McDonough missing out on that crossbody. And now, as we move towards possibly the ending of this matchup, as you can see, most of these teams, most of these superstars seemingly getting a little bit worn out here. As AJ Styles planting one half of the tag team champions, face first into the canvas. Big chops now by AJ Styles. Takes Axiom down as well. There's now JD McDonough on the outside with a steel chair in hand, targeting Xavier Woods here. Xavier though back to his feet, and now JD McDonough with a double foot stomp. Montez Ford inside the ring with a frog splash connecting into the cover he goes. He's going to hook the leg, looking for the championships, but JD McDonough is the man that's able to break up the count this time. And Montez Ford connecting with a big DDT off of the springboard. Kofi Kingston now, big right hand to Axiom. As now Montez Ford connecting with a bit of a Uranagi, maybe a rock bottom there. And then targeting one half of the tag team champions in the corner, Nathan Frazier. And now Montez Ford with a big knee connecting Xavier Woods though into the pinfall, but that pinfall attempt was broken up, I believe, by Montez Ford on that occasion. As now, oh my word, look at Axiom into a DDT to JD McDonough off of the top rope. As now it was Angelo Dawkins looking for the pinfall over AJ Styles there. AJ Styles has taken a lot of damage in this matchup, receiving a lot of finishes from his opponents here, so he has been worn down. But if anyone's able to survive in this type of matchup, I'm sure that is one of the greats to ever do it, and that is AJ Styles. As now AJ Styles rolling through into a calf crusher, looking to make Xavier Woods tap out here. But I believe that AJ Styles may have just released the hold there, perhaps realising that the ring is too packed and too full. And it may not have been the wisest choice to go for the victory just there, but AJ Styles now looking for the victory. Styles Clash connecting and stacking up Axiom, but Angelo Dawkins back to his feet and able to save things for the whole field here as he tosses AJ Styles. And now, well, it's Nathan Frazier going for the victory, but I thought for a moment that he may be about to steal it there. He picked his opportunity, and Angelo Dawkins was too distracted to realise that the match was about to be over. As AJ Styles up onto the top rope looking for a phenomenal forearm, but Montez Ford was able to roll on out of the way of it. JD McDonough now into the pinfall, and another rope break called here. So Jessica Carr maybe has been told by upper management that in this matchup we're going to have rope breaks being called here, which is a bit of an odd decision, but regardless, here we are. AJ Styles just beating down Montez Ford in the corner now with the baseball bat, snatching it out of the hands of Axiom, one half of the tag team champions, and now a fisherman suplex delivered by Xavier Woods. Now Montez Ford planting JD McDonough as well. And now, well, it's Nathan Frazier looking for the victory, but Montez Ford was right there and able to break up that count. And I believe that Xavier Woods is the man who is bleeding all over the place. And now AJ Styles looking to steal the win. He's going to do it here. But Montez Ford at the last second was able to realise that his tag team partner was in trouble there. Now up to the top rope. AJ Styles again was looking for that phenomenal forearm. Couldn't connect with it. And now AJ Styles was hoisting up Montez Ford there. Maybe thinking about going for that Styles Clash. Montez Ford was able to find the reversal though once again. Seems like AJ Styles can't seem to quite figure out Montez Ford as he's planted on the back of his head here, AJ Styles, by Nathan Frazier. Kofi Kingston back into the ring, looking to take down one half of the tag team champions here as Nathan Frazier goes head to head with AJ Styles. Back and forth we go between those two. And I believe Kofi Kingston there just connected with the Trouble in Paradise, looking for the victory, but Angelo Dawkins back to his feet. Sling blade connecting for Nathan Frazier. Into Montez Ford and a steel chair off of the face of Kofi Kingston. And now into the cover. He's looking for the victory here. Nathan Frazier to retain the Tag Team Championships. And I don't think that AJ Styles would have quite been able to get the victory, or quite been able to break up the count, I should have said. But off of the Poison Rana, looking to retain the gold, and Fraction have, against all the odds, defended the Undisputed Tag Team Championships successfully in a fatal four-way tornado tag team title matchup. Well, what a victory that is for these two as they retain the championships here. Nathan Frazier and Axiom are still your Undisputed Tag Team Championships, or Tag Team Champions, are still your Undisputed Tag Team Champions. And ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, we move into the Intercontinental Championship match, where Rusev is looking for a championship gold as he takes on the current champion, Oba Femi. And Oba Femi has been a dominant champion here ever since winning the championship gold off of Ilya Dragunov a few months ago. And Oba Femi has defeated the likes of, as I stated, Ilya Dragunov. I believe he may have even defeated LA Knight. He's defeated Braun Strowman as well. And now he is going to take on the Bulgarian Brute. So Rusev, of course, he took on Braun Strowman back at Crown Jewel inside of a steel cage. And we saw Oba Femi show up after that matchup and actually target Braun Strowman. After that, those two had been going back and forth for a number of months. And then back on Monday Night Raw, Oba Femi defended the championship against Braun Strowman. And now here we are at SummerSlam. And here is the Intercontinental Champion. He is the ruler of WWE and currently ruling over Monday Night Raw in the mid-card division. It is Oba Femi, a dominant force here in Universe mode. And you have to wonder, is there going to be anyone who can take that title away from him? But I'm sure that if anyone is able to do it, it would be the Bulgarian Brute upon his return. Of course, he only returned back at Survivor Series a couple of months ago, and he's really targeted that championship and made it clear that's the gold that he's after. And here tonight, he has to take on the ruler if he wants to add that championship to his resume. But can Oba Femi successfully retain the championship and walk out as still the Intercontinental Champion? So here we go, Intercontinental Championship on the line here at SummerSlam. But the question is, who will walk out with the title around their waist? Rusev, looking at the championship gold, he seems very focused, very determined here. But the question is, will he be able to take down the ruler of the WWE in Femi? We're about to find out. Bell rings and we're underway here as these two behemoths collide. And now for the first time, of course, Femi and Rusev going head to head. As now Femi looking to take control early on here. Looking to control the Bulgarian Brute, who just explodes into that spinning heel kick. And now, well, Rusev, I thought for a moment he may have been thinking about going for the accolade, but instead, Rusev just shouting at the ruler, stating that that championship belongs to him. So Rusev seems to be very confident here this evening that he's going to be able to dethrone the ruler. As I mean, if he's able to continue this kind of form, then maybe that could be a possibility. But the ruler of the WWE fighting his way back into this one. Looking for a clothesline, but again he's been caught here. Rusev planting Femi, and Rusev demanding that Femi get back to his feet. Femi finds a reversal, and now he's caught once again, and Femi just can't seem to get any kind of offense in here. Rusev seemingly has a game plan, and he seems to have done his research. Seems to know what Femi is going to do before he does. Just planting Femi here. And once again, just grabbing him by his hair and then tossing him up and slamming him down. Rusev in complete control right here. Femi wisely heading to the outside for a moment, as now these two locking up here. And this, I would argue, may be a mistake by Rusev, because you're giving Femi an opportunity to get back into this matchup. If he's able to outpower the Bulgarian Brute here, as he's doing so just here, then that's a big mistake for Rusev. He was in complete control, but he played a bit of possum. He was able to get the upper hand once again. Heading up to the top rope is the Bulgarian Brute here. He's looking to fly a big body splash into the cover for a new champion. Is he going to do it? No, big kick out found by Femi. And Rusev seemingly can't quite believe it, but I mean, it's early goings in this matchup. As now, Rusev just showing a bit of disrespect to the champion. Now, Rusev, hold on a second, he's sizing up and he's going for a super kick there, but Femi, I believe, just ducked underneath it and had a little bit of a smirk on his face. And now Rusev looking for a drop kick. Femi maybe getting in the head of Rusev now. Rusev trying to keep control of this matchup though, trying to outpower the ruler. And now Femi slowly back to his feet as Rusev just looking to psych himself up here and maybe get back into this one. Rusev with a clothesline. And now back body drop connecting. Femi can't quite seem to have an answer here for Rusev. Spine buster as well by the Bulgarian Brute. Femi though saw the headbutt attempt coming, was able to avoid it. And now Femi piling on the offense. Now going to target the knee, the exposed knee that is of Rusev. And Femi is feeling charged up here. And he has Rusev in position. He's stalking his prey here, but Rusev with a rake to the eyes, and the referee must not have seen it, as now Rusev with an inverted Alabama slam, and hold on a second, he's got the champion in position, the accolade is locked in here. Is Femi going to tap out perhaps? No. Rusev decides to break the hold himself. I believe that Femi was beginning to make sure that Rusev's grip was slipping, so that's why he must have broke the hold. And then he followed it up with that headbutt, and now Rusev off of the ropes, into the neck breaker connecting. And Rusev slowly bringing Femi back to his feet. Femi sent face first into the corner, and now Rusev targeting that leg. Oh my word, Rusev off of the ropes and targeting the knee of the champion. And I mean, that may take the base out from underneath of Femi, and he may struggle to utilize his power here, as Rusev once again is going to look for the accolade. For a second time, he's got it locked in, and Femi's in big trouble. Is he going to tap out here? No, Rusev again breaking the hold. Seemingly, Rusev laughing and smiling. Seems like maybe he feels like this is an easy bout for him. I mean, that's a dangerous game to play. against the ruler of the WWE, because at any given moment, Femi can turn this one on its head, as he's just done there. Double axe handle connecting. Rusev could have perhaps maybe had this matchup won if he locked in the accolade and kept it locked in, but instead, seems like he's letting his ego get the better of him, as now Femi with the power planting Rusev, busting him wide open. This could be it to retain the championship. No. Rusev again, the Bulgarian brute, able to power out here. And now Femi, double axe handle to the spine of Rusev. And Femi is sizing him up here. He's singling for the end. Into a roll-up though. Looking to get a shock victory, but a reversal found Rusev. Gonna steal the championship perhaps here. But no, a reversal again. Into the cover, but a kick out found by Rusev. Back to their feet they go as Rusev is planted in the center of the ring. Into the cover goes Femi to retain the championship, but no, a 1 count found again. Rusev still has more fight left in him. Femi getting maybe a little bit desperate here. But now, Femi planting Rusev's spine first. Looking to pile on the offense. And he's sizing him up here. Rusev in trouble, the fall from grace connecting into the cover. Femi to retain the championship. No, big kick out found by the Bulgarian brute. Rusev able to survive. But how much longer is he going to be able to survive for? Looking for an elbow drop was Femi, but that could have been a mistake. Rusev sizing up the champion. Femi though has recovered back to his feet and into a spine buster connecting by Femi. Two absolute behemoths, absolute monsters going head to head here for the Intercontinental Championship. As Femi bursting up Rusev now. Where is he going? Rusev could be in trouble here. Femi face first into the turnbuckle, looking to open up that wound a little bit further. Femi backing it up. Big knee in the corner. And Rusev wisely escaping to the outside. And now both of these two are on the outside. It looks like the fight is going to go to the outside. And of course, there are disqualifications and countouts here. So Rusev needs to finish this one inside the ring if he wants the championship gold. Femi, of course, could retain the title with a count-out victory, but I would have to believe that he's not going to do that. Hold on a second. What on earth is this? The power of Femi. My goodness. Just planting Rusev, then sending him back into the ring after planting him on the concrete floor. And Rusev is in deep trouble here. I don't think he quite knows where he's at. Femi up on the top rope, awaiting Rusev to slowly make it back to his feet. Femi with a double axe handle off the top rope. And Rusev is in deep, deep trouble. The champion, full from grace once again, piling on the offense to retain the championship here. Femi has done it. Big, big victory. Huge title defense for the ruler of the WWE. Femi is still the Intercontinental Champion. What a battle that was. And I mean, Rusev, his ego may have got the better of him and it may have cost him here this evening. He could have walked out with that championship, but instead Femi retains the title. And what? Hold on a second. Well, we haven't seen this man since WWE 2K25's universe mode. Of course, he was drafted to Monday Night Raw, but we haven't seen him, and he's here. Solo Sikoa has arrived at SummerSlam, but what on earth does he want? He's eyeing up the Intercontinental Champion here, and it looks like Solo Sikoa is not breaking his gaze right now. You can see the determination in his eyes, but I'm not sure this is the wisest choice by Solo Sikoa to march on down to the ring all alone here. Is he going to look to pick a fight with the Intercontinental Champion? Looks like he's eyeing up the champion right now, and Femi is egging him on here. But hold on a second. What? Tama Tonga, and who is that? What is going on here? Femi is in deep trouble. Big headbutt by a hooded figure here. And that hooded figure in the corner who just targeted Femi. That's clearly Tama Tonga, and it's Tonga Loa. Well, Solo Sikoa has returned with his family here. And now Tama Tonga, that is planting Oba Femi inside the ring, and what on earth is going on? Oba Femi is absolutely helpless right now as he's being targeted. The cutthroat connecting for Tama Tonga, and now Solo Sikoa decides to finally make his way into the ring. What on earth is he gonna do? Solo Sikoa looking to pile on more offense here as the Tongans watch on. Samoan spike connecting to Oba Femi, and what Solo Sikoa's not done just yet. Another Samoan spike connecting. Solo Sikoa just brutalizing the champion, and oh my word, he's going for a third one. Connecting again. My goodness, well, what on earth is this? And Tama Tonga is clearly delighted here, but Solo Sikoa stands tall. And ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show, we're into the triple threat matchup for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. It is Dakota Kai, Liv Morgan, and this woman, the beautiful madness, Giulia, all fighting for the gold here at SummerSlam. So, of course, Dakota Kai is a former Women's Intercontinental Champion. She defeated Becky Lynch back at Survivor Series, when Lyra Valkyria made her return and cost Becky Lynch the championship. And then, of course, we did see Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria battle it out inside of Hell in a Cell on night one here of SummerSlam. And Becky Lynch was the woman to walk out victorious there. But Giulia made her way onto the scene and seemingly was playing some mind games with Dakota Kai specifically. And it was after Dakota Kai had lost the championship that Giulia decided to turn her back on Dakota Kai, and now she's gunning for the gold herself. And here is the former Intercontinental Champion Dakota Kai making her way down to the ring, a crowd favourite here in Universe Mode. As she only had a short championship reign, I'm sure that she's looking to regain that championship. Of course, she's been having the problems with damage control for a little while now. Kairi Sane has disappeared off of the scene as she was fighting for that championship as well. It seemed like Dakota Kai and Kairi Sane had butted heads in the build-up towards Dakota Kai winning the championship. So you have to wonder how Kairi Sane feels about being left out and not really getting her opportunity anymore here in Universe Mode. And here is the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Liv Morgan, with her muscle by her side, Raquel Rodriguez, making her way down to the ring. And I mean, I'm not sure how wise this is of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, because in recent weeks we've seen whenever they've been at ringside for each other, things haven't really been so smooth. They have been able to etch out victories, but I mean, it's a risky business here tonight, because if things go wrong, then Liv Morgan could lose her championship gold here this evening. But I guess that Liv Morgan isn't thinking about that. She's thinking about the numbers game, and having Raquel Rodriguez at ringside in a no disqualification type of matchup means that Raquel Rodriguez, if she so pleases, could get herself involved. So Giulia Dakota Kai and Liv Morgan going to battle it out for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. No disqualification, triple threat rules, as now Liv Morgan goes straight after Dakota Kai, the woman who she won the championship from back at Evolution, in a shock victory there. But now, big strikes by Dakota Kai. Giulia looking for a big right hand, couldn't quite connect with it. As now Liv Morgan sent into the corner. Giulia now just looking to plant Dakota Kai off of the side Russian leg sweep. Big right hands now by Giulia. Big strikes for her. Liv Morgan looking to target Giulia there, but now she's been caught and planted. And Giulia alone inside the ring for a moment with Liv Morgan, the current champion. Dakota Kai on the outside trying to get the WWE Universe behind her. Is now planting Giulia. Up to the top rope, Liv Morgan goes, looking for the dropkick, connecting on Dakota Kai here. And now, well, Liv Morgan with Giulia sending her into the corner. Looking for a big right hand there, but couldn't quite connect with it. And planting Dakota Kai is Liv Morgan. Big kick to the spine as well. Giulia heading to the outside. Looking to utilise that massive prime bottle here. Of course, no disqualifications, as we stated before. Raquel Rodriguez up to the apron, and it looked like she was, for a moment, trying to tell Liv Morgan about Giulia behind her, but instead she decided to go after, oh my word, after expose the steel on the turnbuckle there. I couldn't find my words for a moment, as Dakota Kai connected with that GTK. Onto Giulia. Giulia back to her feet here. And Dakota Kai just utilising those long legs here. And now, Liv Morgan is in some trouble here. Dakota Kai stomped to the midsection. Giulia just waiting for her moment here. As now she targets Dakota Kai. And Giulia, oh my word, she's got Dakota Kai in position for the DDT. Liv Morgan back to her feet though, the champion. Bit of a slow pace to start off this matchup. These three superstars just trying to feel each other out here and perhaps wait for their moment. Of course, it is high stakes, high pressure, as now Giulia into a roll-up here, looking to steal the win, but Dakota Kai is back into the ring. I'm not sure that Giulia would have noticed that or realised. And now Dakota Kai hoisting up Giulia. Raquel Rodriguez on the outside with a weapon in hand, sending that into the ring, and Liv Morgan asking Raquel Rodriguez what she's doing with that. She wanted it handed to her specifically. And now Liv Morgan instead opting for the prime bottle, as now Dakota Kai off of the top rope, connecting with a double foot stomp, and then takes Liv Morgan down as well. And Liv Morgan now just laughing away at Dakota Kai as she heads towards her muscle. She believes that Raquel Rodriguez, I guess, would have her back in that situation. And now planting Dakota Kai face first onto the canvas. Now Giulia dropping Liv Morgan on the back of her head, and then switching her focus back to Dakota Kai. At one point it seemed like Giulia may have been trying to get in the head of Dakota Kai, maybe as an ally, but perhaps maybe just to ensure that Dakota Kai's guard was taken down. But I mean, the mind games may have actually worked, because Dakota Kai ended up losing that championship, the championship that they're fighting for here today, back at Evolution. And Liv Morgan now in complete control of this matchup. Double foot stomp to Dakota Kai, just absolutely piling on the offense there. Dakota Kai rolls to the outside. Raquel Rodriguez decides to back away here. Big boot connecting inside the ring for Giulia. As now, Liv Morgan has been busted wide open. Giulia, though, just taking her time to drag Liv Morgan away from the ropes there. And that may have wasted some crucial time there. Giulia may have been trying to play it safe, as of course we've already seen that rope breaks have been called in another matchup, another multi-man matchup, and Liv Morgan was looking for the victory there, for the roll-up, but couldn't quite do so. Dakota Kai back into the ring. Now Liv Morgan going to send Dakota into the corner, and then she's targeted with that big knee strike, and Dakota Kai taken down after that exposed steel on the turnbuckle pad, as Raquel Rodriguez exposes the other turnbuckle as well. And Liv Morgan now looking for a leg drop there, it seemed like, but couldn't quite connect with it. As now Giulia planting Dakota Kai, going into the cover, but I don't think she realizes that Liv Morgan is right there. The champion is not going to allow her title to slip through her fingers that easily. Now Giulia could be in trouble because the champion has her up on her shoulders. Now hanging Giulia up on the top rope before heading up to the top. Liv Morgan gonna think to fly here. Liv Morgan connecting with the senton. And now Dakota Kai with a big kick to Liv Morgan and dropping her down to the mat. And now back to their feet is, oh my word, Dakota Kai. She's rolling through here. Thought for a second she may go for a pinfall attempt off of the roll-up, but instead going for a submission hold. But Liv Morgan is alert to the situation, able to break up that submission. Giulia rolls to the outside, and hold on a second, Liv Morgan in big trouble. The GTK connecting for Dakota Kai. She could be about to regain the championship here at SummerSlam. Into the cover for the victory. Is it enough? No. Big kick out found by Liv Morgan. She just about holds on to the championship by her fingertips. Double foot stomp connecting for Dakota Kai. And now Giulia back into the ring, looking to take advantage here. What on earth is Giulia planning here? Giulia just planting Dakota Kai. And we're in another situation where, again, Giulia is the only superstar involved in this matchup that hasn't held the championship. Of course, Liv Morgan, the current champion. And hold on a second, Giulia paying some homage to the greatest of all time, who will be in action in the main event this evening, John Cena, with that STF. But hold on a second, Dakota Kai again with the GTK connecting this time onto Giulia. Into the cover goes Dakota Kai, looking to steal the championship. Can she do it? No. Big kick out found. And Giulia, the beautiful madness, able to hang on for dear life here. It's now into Oblivion connecting. And well, Liv Morgan, she's not going for the pinfall attempt here. Surprising decision that. She could have been about to maybe retain the championship, or maybe perhaps she noticed that Giulia was making her way back to her feet. But now Liv Morgan's been planted, and she's going to roll to the outside. Giulia has Dakota Kai all to herself here. Raquel Rodriguez trying to egg on Liv Morgan from the far side here, trying to tell Liv Morgan to get back into the ring. Liv Morgan does so. Now these three in the centre of the ring, knee to the back of the neck, and now Liv Morgan getting desperate into a pinfall, but Dakota Kai was right there. Dakota missing out on that drop kick. Liv Morgan up onto the second rope, off of the springboard, connecting with the drop kick. Raquel Rodriguez getting nervous on the outside, heading up to the top rope, or heading up to the apron, and then back down to the floor again. As Liv Morgan now in control, sending Dakota Kai into the turnbuckle. I'm not sure that Liv Morgan quite realises that Giulia is back to her feet yet. As now, Giulia targeting the champion. And now, oh my word, Giulia into a roll-up. She's looking to steal the victory, steal the championship. But Liv Morgan able to power out here. Liv Morgan with some big strikes connecting to the beautiful madness. She doesn't want to let that championship gold slip on her first title defence. Of course, this is a big championship match, and it is a big challenge for Liv Morgan. There's Dakota Kai now. Oh my word, Liv Morgan, code breaker in the corner. Well, it looked like Dakota Kai was fighting out of it for a second, but Liv Morgan just not picking her spots here quite practically. She's seemingly a little bit desperate to retain the championship gold here. It's unlike Liv Morgan. And now Giulia with Dakota Kai back to her feet. Liv Morgan heading to the outside, not sure what she's got planned here. She wants to bring a weapon into play. Giulia connecting with a DDT. Kendo stick in hand for Liv Morgan. The champion dropping the kendo stick though, as she's been caught. Giulia gonna look to win the championship here, perhaps planting Liv Morgan. Is she gonna go for the pinfall attempt? She's not. Instead, she's gonna opt for the kendo stick, trying to ensure that Dakota Kai doesn't make it back to her feet. But instead, she's been caught here. And now Dakota Kai heading off into the corner. Big boot connecting. Giulia just slumped in the corner off of that big kick by Dakota Kai, who now planting Giulia. And I don't think she realised that the champion was behind her and back to her feet. Liv Morgan has been caught though by the former champion. Dakota Kai here, bringing Liv Morgan down. And off the ropes, Dakota Kai looking for a big kick. It looked like she missed out on the first one, but connected with a double foot stomp afterwards. As now Giulia into a Hurricane Rana, planting Dakota Kai. Dakota rolls to the outside here. Liv Morgan now into oblivion inside the ring, and Dakota Kai is nowhere to be seen. This could be it to retain the championship. Liv Morgan still the Intercontinental Champion, but no. Liv Morgan, you can see the frustration. She believed that may have been her moment to retain the championship, but Giulia, the beautiful man, is just able to survive. As now Liv Morgan, what's she going for here? Liv Morgan planting Dakota. Giulia is back to her feet though, and she's just lurking, stalking the champion. Liv Morgan though sends her off the ropes, looking for a dropkick, couldn't connect with it. Dakota Kai here, planting Giulia, and hold on a second. Well, Raquel Rodriguez on the outside is getting the referee's attention here. I'm not sure what's going on between those two. Raquel Rodriguez, well, hold on a second. Liv Morgan in the cover, and she could have perhaps had the championship retained here. Giulia has definitely been down for a 3 count, but Raquel Rodriguez distracting the referee at the worst possible time there, and she may have just cost Liv Morgan. And I mean, we did say that during the entrances that we weren't sure whether it was the wisest choice for Liv Morgan, oh my goodness, to have Raquel Rodriguez on the outside. As Giulia falls to the outside there off of the top rope, so she could be out of this one for quite some time. Dakota Kai is the champion right where she wants her. I mean, if you're going to regain the championship gold, how better would it be than to pin the person who took it from you? Now stomp away at the back of the head. Giulia surprisingly back to her feet already here. The beautiful madness is almost like a Terminator. She just whispered something to Raquel Rodriguez there. Not sure exactly what she said, but now Giulia heading back into the ring. Kendo stick in hand. Now off of the top rope, or the second rope I should say. Dakota Kai is met with that kendo stick though. Off of the double axe handle, and now Giulia looking to steal the championship. The referee taking her time into position for the victory. No, big kick out found. Dakota Kai still able to kick out here. Liv Morgan may have been looking to steal a victory there, but she couldn't quite do so. Giulia able to remain in control. Liv Morgan is suffering quite the beatdown here. The champion is struggling to get back into this matchup. There's now Giulia and Dakota Kai head to head. Big forearm right on the button, dropping Dakota Kai as Giulia heads up to the top rope. She could be about to fly here. Double foot stomp not connecting. Dakota Kai was able to avoid it. And now Dakota off the ropes. And now Dakota Kai with the knees to the back of the neck. And into the cover she goes to regain the championship. Dakota Kai. No, Liv Morgan just about able to get back in the ring and save the matchup and save her championship. Liv Morgan here now into oblivion, connecting. But is she going to be able to do it? She can't, because Giulia again is back to her feet. And it just seems like everything is going against Liv Morgan here tonight. Code breaker connecting though onto Giulia. Now this time into the cover. This could be the perfect moment to retain the championship. Liv Morgan. No, again Giulia is able to kick out. And Liv Morgan is struggling here this evening. It seems like most of the time, every time she goes for the pinfall attempt, the other superstar is back to their feet and able to break up the count here. Liv Morgan, of course, maybe even had this championship defended and retained here already, had this matchup won. But if it wasn't for Raquel Rodriguez at ringside distracting the referee. There's now Giulia planting Dakota Kai. Liv Morgan though, with Giulia looking to take her out from behind, but Giulia finding a reversal. Big elbows to the midsection. I mean, Liv Morgan, Giulia, and I believe maybe even Dakota Kai all busted open in this one. This is more of a fight rather than a wrestling match here. As now Giulia with Liv Morgan up on the top rope. What on earth is she planning here? You don't want to be there if you're the champion. Giulia hooking the arms and planting Liv Morgan off of the top rope. She goes into the cover, but Dakota Kai is lying in wait here and able to break up the count. The WWE Universe don't want this match to end, but Giulia's in big trouble. She's been caught. GTK connecting. Is it going to be enough to put away Giulia and regain the championship? Dakota Kai. Liv Morgan slowly to her feet, but Dakota Kai retains or regains the championship here at SummerSlam. Well, what a way to win the title She pins the woman who turned her back on her. Of course, she didn't pin the current Intercontinental Champion, or no longer Intercontinental Champion, in Liv Morgan, but Dakota Kai will not care about that. She has the championship gold back in her hands. A massive victory for her. So, ladies and gentlemen, we move into the underground as we have Rhea Ripley entering her first ever underground matchup. But I mean, what a way to do so, because she's probably coming up against the worst possible opponent that you could possibly decide to fight in this type of matchup, and that is Lola Vice. Of course, Lola Vice, with her background in MMA, she's going to know this type of matchup all too well, because in an underground matchup there are no pinfalls, no disqualifications. The only way to win is via submission. There are no ropes around the ring either, and submissions can also be taken, or can also be done outside of the ring. So falls count anywhere, submission matchup, no pinfalls. And here is possibly one of the most dangerous women in the entire division. It is Lola Vice heading into the underground matchup. Of course, Lola Vice is the woman who actually issued the challenge and issued for this matchup to be an underground matchup here. So she may even have something up her sleeve here this evening. But Lola Vice heading into this one looking to take down Mami. Of course, she has basically distanced herself from Bayley and the Initiative in recent weeks, ever since Kiana James went out injured with that concussion. But we did see on night one that Kiana James has returned.
The following contest is an underground match. Introducing first, from Adelaide, South Australia, Rhea Ripley. And from Miami, Florida, Lola Vice.
So here we go, the first underground matchup of 2K25 Universe Mode, and oh my goodness, right out the gates, Lola Vice has been busted wide open off of the first move, a big boot connecting, and this just shows you what type of matchup we're in for right here. As Mami now looking to just open up that wound even further after utilizing the ring post as a weapon. My goodness, if we're starting this matchup with some blood off of the first move, then just imagine the lengths that this match is going to go to. As Rhea Ripley now, these two of course have been going back and forth ever since Lola Vice made her debut back at Saturday night's main event, when Rhea Ripley was going one-on-one with Kiana James, and Lola Vice is in quite a state here. You can see that she's bleeding all over the place. And now, oh, she's just able to keep her foot in there, as now Mami could be in big trouble. Lola Vice looking to utilize the ring and the matchup with a suplex off of the apron and down to the concrete floor. And this could be the opening that Lola Vice needed. Lola Vice now just sizing up Mami with a big kick connecting. My goodness. Lola Vice utilizing her MMA background, sending Mami towards that prime station here. Of course, as we stated during the entrances, there are no disqualifications, no countouts, no pinfalls. It is falls count anywhere, but by submission only. So Lola Vice looking to utilize her MMA background and try and get the upper hand against Mami, but I mean, I don't know if Mami is ever going to tap out and quit. So such an interesting matchup we have here between these two absolute monsters in the division, two of the most dominant women that we've ever seen. As now Lola Vice looking to fight back into this one. How is she still fighting here? She's just bleeding all over the place here. But Mami just looking to inflict more punishment, more damage with Lola Vice up. Powerbomb into the apron, spine first. And Rhea Ripley is feeling it. Getting the WWE Universe behind her. As now, oh my word, Rhea Ripley, she could be looking to put an end to this matchup already here. Into the prism trap, looking to get the submission upon Lola Vice. But Lola Vice may have done a lot of training in the build-up to this one to ensure that, oh my goodness, that she knows the way out of that maneuver. As Lola Vice just tossed Rhea Ripley into the barricade, and you can just see the state that Lola Vice is in. Look at the state of the floor on the outside, but Lola Vice still pushing forward, a big kick connecting. And now Rhea Ripley in trouble. Lola Vice here is looking for another big kick, but luckily for Rhea, back to her feet, clothesline connecting. Taking Lola Vice down to the concrete floor, now going to look to utilise that prime bottle herself, a big strike off of the face. Off of Lola Vice here. Lola though, finds a reversal again. Now sending Rhea Ripley towards the barricade. And now Lola Vice slowly marches her way over towards Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is still in big trouble. She seems to be feeling the effects of this matchup early on as well. Big strikes connecting for both superstars throughout. A big kick again for Lola Vice. And then planting Rhea Ripley face first. So these two absolute powerhouses, dominant forces, looking to throw their heavy artillery in the early goings. And you can see it's really taking its toll on both superstars. As now Mami back to her feet, luckily able to avoid that prime bottle. As now Lola Vice sending Mami across the floor again. Lola Vice here looking to pick apart Mami. The Eradicator has stated that she wants to eradicate Lola Vice here in an underground matchup. A big elbow connecting to the nose again of Rhea Ripley. And this is the same move that back at Saturday night's main event, Lola Vice utilized again and again on her debut to break the orbital bone of Rhea Ripley. And now Rhea again is being sized up here. Lola Vice, big strike connecting, a spinning back fist this time. I thought she was going to go for that big kick again, but she's switching up her offense, making sure that Rhea Ripley doesn't know what's coming next. Big knee drop to the face. Well, this type of matchup, oh my word, into a sleeper hold here. She's got her legs wrapped around Mami. Is Mami going to pass out or tap out here perhaps? No, she's able to break the hold, and a big elbow, couple of elbows to the face, able to ensure that Lola Vice can't keep that move locked in. So Lola Vice, of course, having all that history in MMA, is going to bode well for her here tonight. I'm sure that she's going to know her way out of most submission holds. So you have to wonder, has Rhea Ripley maybe got a trick up her sleeve to try and catch Lola Vice off guard? And now Lola Vice with a big kick, big right hand as well. Big strikes by Lola and a spinning back fist as well. Takes Mami down. And Rhea Ripley is struggling a little bit in this one now. As now she's able to get the upper hand. Lola Vice in trouble. Planted face first onto the concrete floor. And Mami needed that opening, because Lola Vice has had the upper hand out in this one. Now stomping away at the fingers here. These two just showing no remorse. Just looking to absolutely tear each other apart in this underground matchup. As now Lola Vice being sent towards the ring post face first. And well, I mean, Lola Vice may need some medical attention after this matchup, because the state that she is in right now, I don't know how she's still standing and how she's still able to take the fight to Mami. Lola Vice now just slowly making her way over to the prime station again, looking to grab a hold of another prime bottle here. Rhea Ripley at the mercy of Lola Vice. Lola back to her feet and planting Rhea Ripley face first. I mean, Rhea Ripley is in quite a state as well. Both of these superstars are definitely going to need to possibly head towards the hospital after this one. Because the state that they're both in right now, it's not looking good for either of them. And hold on a second, Lola Vice looking for an armbar, looking to make Mami tap out here. Is it going to be enough? But Mami able to just get the upper hand, back to her feet and find a couple of well-placed strikes. She was able to get the leverage, and oh my word, hold on a second. Rhea Ripley, Riptide connecting to Lola Vice on the concrete floor, but I mean, not sure how much help that's going to have here. I mean, maybe will target the spine and wear out the midsection, which could set up the prism trap for later on. But a Riptide, of course, very powerful maneuver, isn't exactly going to help Rhea Ripley in this one because no pinfalls, as we stated before. There's Lola Vice now with Rhea Ripley in position. Lola Vice was looking for another big kick, but Rhea able to roll on out of the way, looking for that big boot again. But Lola Vice looking for a spinning back fist, couldn't connect with it. Rhea Ripley has caught Lola Vice once more. Riptide connecting again. My goodness. These two just absolutely tearing each other apart here. Rhea Ripley with Lola Vice up again. Lola Vice planted face first on the concrete floor. Oh my word. Well, Rhea, oh my word, she's going for the victory here. This could be it. Lola Vice, is she going to be able to break the hold, or will she have to tap out here? The prism trap is locked in, but Lola Vice again, she's definitely been in the gym training and probably preparing for that move there specifically. I think that Rhea Ripley may need to switch up her offense if she wants the victory in this one. Because Lola Vice has done her homework. Oh my word, Lola Vice with a barbed wire baseball bat in hand, just waiting in the ring for Mami. Now heading to the outside. Rhea Ripley though with that baseball bat to the rib cage. The barbed wire. Luckily for Lola Vice, Rhea Ripley drops that baseball bat. As Lola Vice now looking for a spinning kick again, but a powerbomb connecting onto the barbed wire. My goodness. The state that these two superstars are going to be in after this one. You may have to think that maybe these two are going to need some serious time off to recover. Because this is quite the war that we're witnessing right now. Probably one of the most brutal matchups we've ever seen in Universe Mode. Rhea Ripley clearing the announce desk. Perhaps looking to maybe utilize that announce desk. Just kicking Lola Vice into the barricade and then face first. Looking to open up that wound again. But Rhea Ripley sent across the floor into the prime station, the prime state table. Which is just absolutely shattered now. I mean, you could say that the whole ringside area is just a complete mess here. As Lola Vice looking to rearrange some more furniture. She could be maybe thinking about utilizing those steel steps perhaps. But Rhea Ripley able to get the upper hand. She's able to avoid whatever Lola Vice had planned there. I'm sure that whatever Lola Vice had planned was not going to be pretty. But Rhea Ripley, back to her feet again. And now, with Lola Vice in position, hoisting her up, but Lola Vice finding some big strikes, able to break whatever. Oh my word, Rhea Ripley was going for there, spinning back fist again, and I think Rhea Ripley could be knocked out cold. I mean, the referee may need to check up on her because, I mean, if there is a knockout in this one, that is another way that you can win the matchup. Rhea Ripley, luckily, is back to her feet, but you can see just the state that both of these superstars are in here. Neither woman looking to give an inch. Rhea Ripley back to the outside, looking to create a bit of space. Big elbow connecting for her. She may be thinking about trying to go for the knockout to get the victory. Oh my word, she's got a steel chair in hand. Rhea Ripley just targeting Lola Vice and the spine. And now Lola Vice in trouble once more. Planted face first into a pool of her own blood. And Rhea Ripley, what's she going for here? She may have been going for the prism trap again, but Lola Vice found the reversal. Back and forth we go between these two. Desperate times for desperate measures perhaps. Big knee by Lola Vice and then a kick to the back of the head. My goodness, Rhea Ripley is in quite the state here. Lola Vice was thinking about utilizing that trash can, but it seemed like a bulb just lit up in her head here. As Rhea Ripley is in big trouble. Lola Vice looking for the knockout, I believe, but Rhea Ripley just will not stay down here. Lola Vice now. Oh my word, what's she going for here? Lola Vice going for a submission here. She's got a triangle choking. Is she going to get the victory? Oh my goodness. Lola Vice just made Rhea Ripley tap out. So at SummerSlam, it is Lola Vice. So here at SummerSlam, it is Lola Vice who is victorious. And what a victory that is for her. She makes Mammy tap out in an underground match. Well, who on earth is going to be able to stop Lola Vice? Just look at the state of her. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show here at SummerSlam, we have the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, making his way down to the ring ahead of one of the biggest matches perhaps of his career, as Karrion Kross has been playing mind games with Cody Rhodes for a number of months now, trying to get inside of the head of Cody Rhodes. And of course last year in 2K24's Universe Mode series, we saw the Homelander version of Cody Rhodes arrive on the scene after he had his pursuit of the WWE Undisputed Championship, and he was cost the title by main event Jey Uso, a man who he felt was a close friend. But Cody Rhodes still yet to finish his story, and Karrion Kross believes that if Cody Rhodes wants to gain that championship and add the Rhodes name to WWE Champions, then he's going to have to tap into that inner darkness once again. And ladies and gentlemen, time is ticking because Karrion Kross, the end is near. Karrion Kross has arrived here at SummerSlam with Scarlett by his side. Scarlett, of course, showing up on Friday Night SmackDown recently, playing some mind games with Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes, he actually wanted Karrion Kross back on SmackDown, but it seemed like Scarlett and Karrion Kross are really trying to get in the head of Cody Rhodes. But the question is it going to work? And can Karrion Kross maybe walk out of SummerSlam with a victory here and prove his point? Big stakes in this matchup. Karrion Kross, is he going to be the master manipulator that he believes he is, or will Cody Rhodes be able to topple the mammoth task, which is taking down Karrion Kross and Scarlett, because Scarlett is clearly going to be here at ringside. Scarlett, of course, already sending some shivers down Cody Rhodes' spine and clearly distracting him back on Friday Night SmackDown, forcing Cody Rhodes to exit the arena instead of continuing to try and call out Karrion Kross on that night. So Cody Rhodes looking quite relaxed here, but Karrion Kross looking just utterly determined. As now the bell rings and we're underway. Big stakes in this matchup, as we stated before. Karrion Kross playing the mind games with Cody Rhodes. And now, to start off this matchup, Karrion Kross just trying to prove that he's the bigger and powerful, more stronger man here. Twice just shoving Cody Rhodes away here. And of course, knowing Cody Rhodes, he is not going to back down as he drives Karrion Kross back to the apron, back towards the ropes here. Now, clean break by these two. Big right hand by Cody Rhodes, though. And you have to wonder whether every single move that Karrion Kross makes could perhaps be an attempt to play with the mind of Cody Rhodes and to prove a point here. As now, Cody just cranking away at the arms there. Karrion Kross rolls through, though. And then Cody Rhodes able to wrestle him down to the mat. Cody Rhodes trying to prove a point here this evening that he doesn't need that inner darkness. He's been stating that he wants to win that WWE Undisputed Championship for his father. But here in Universe mode, no matter what he seems to have been able to do or try and do, he hasn't been victorious. As now Karrion Kross just picking Cody Rhodes out of the air and then tossing him across the ring here. Cody Rhodes exiting the ring right next to Scarlett and then quickly heading back into the ropes. As it seemed like he was a little bit stunned there for a moment by Scarlett's presence. Karrion Kross hanging him up on the top rope here. And now Karrion going to target the knee, perhaps try and tear the ligaments to really prove a point to Cody Rhodes here this evening. Cody Rhodes almost desperately needs a victory in this one, you could argue. But now Karrion Kross with a big powerbomb connecting. Of course, Karrion Kross was also playing some mind games with John Cena early on, almost playing mind games between both Cody Rhodes and Cena. You have to wonder whether maybe Karrion Kross was trying to decide who was the weaker person, who was the person that maybe he would be able to break easier. And it seemed like whatever he tried with John Cena didn't work. It seemed like for a moment maybe he was getting in ahead of Cena, but of course Karrion Kross has decided to switch his focus over to Cody Rhodes as John Cena is going to be fighting for that Undisputed Championship later on this evening, looking to gain the 17th World Championship. Cody Rhodes has already stated in this Universe Mode series that he doesn't want to allow that to happen because he needs to win his first WWE Championship. But into the moonsault, looking for the victory. Cody Rhodes, no, just a 1 count found. Karrion Kross able to power out here. And now Cody Rhodes again. Going to crank away at the arm and an interesting submission hold here. But, I mean, if anyone's going to know about submission holds, it will be Karrion Kross. A man who has been involved in blood sport quite a lot there. A big reverse DDT for Cody Rhodes. He could have maybe gone into the crossroads there, but he decided against it. Cody Rhodes looking to take the fight to Karrion Kross, looking for the disaster kick, but Kross saw it coming. It's almost like Karrion Kross is inside of the head of Cody Rhodes. He knows exactly what Cody is going to do before he does. Karrion rolls out of the way there again. Now catching Cody Rhodes into a suplex. Granting the American Nightmare. As both men head to the outside, of course, countouts and disqualifications are a factor here. So Scarlett on the outside will have to be careful with when she gets herself involved, if she gets herself involved. But a brain buster there, fisherman brain buster, onto the concrete floor by Karrion Kross. As now Cody Rhodes sent into the ring. Karrion Kross follows. Not about to risk a count out here. You have to believe that these two superstars probably want a clean victory in this one. Either a pinfall or submission. And now, Karrion Kross just tackling Cody Rhodes down to the canvas. You can just feel the tension in the air in the arena here. The WWE Universe know what's at stake between these two. Two superstars trying to prove their point here this evening. As now Cody Rhodes is caught and just tossed across the ring. Karrion Kross is having his way with the American Nightmare right now. And Cody Rhodes, he's been caught. The cross jacket is locked in. And Cody Rhodes is away from the ropes here. He needs to find a way out of this hold. Luckily, he's able to do so with a big elbow. Otherwise, that could have been nighty-night for Cody Rhodes. But now, Cody Rhodes paying homage to his father. Bionic elbow connecting right on the button of Karrion Kross. As now Karrion Kross wisely rolling to the outside, just playing more mind games here with Cody Rhodes. Cody, of course, hanging Karrion Kross up. And now Cody playing up to the WWE Universe. This has been exactly what Karrion Kross has been stating. Cody Rhodes is a person who needs adulation, he needs acceptance in order to feel like he is complete, I guess. Whereas Karrion Kross is trying to basically tell Cody Rhodes and get the point across that he shouldn't really care about what everyone else thinks. And Karrion Kross has even stated that he believes that Dusty Rhodes' shoes are shoes that Cody Rhodes was never meant to fill, and he never will be able to fill them. Big dropkick connecting for Cody. Into the cover he goes, looking to put Karrion Kross away here to finally put this feud to bed, but no. Kick out found by Karrion. Cody bringing Karrion back to his feet. And now Karrion's been caught. Cody Rhodes into the crossroads connecting. This one could be all over. Into the cover he goes. The American Nightmare for the victory. No, a kick out found by Karrion. As the WWE Universe soak in this moment. They can feel the tension between these two. As Cody Rhodes now just cranking away at the jaw here. He has to be careful that he doesn't allow Karrion Kross to get inside his head. And he doesn't allow the frustrations and perhaps even the darker side of him to start slipping out here at SummerSlam. And into a big crossbody connecting. Stomp away at the arm as well. Cody Rhodes now gaining control of this matchup. He needs to keep control of his emotions as well. Because, I mean, if Karrion Kross is able to get that darker side out of him, I'm sure that Karrion Kross won't care about a victory in this one. He just wants to prove his point. But Cody Rhodes missing out on that Cody cutter. And now he's been caught again in the cross jacket. It's locked in near the ropes here. But Cody Rhodes is again able to find a way to break the hold. As now Cody Rhodes with Karrion Kross off of the ropes here, looking to wear out the bigger man here into an arm drag. Planting Kross. Now stomp away. And Cody Rhodes backing it up into the corner, but Scarlett grabs the attention of the American Nightmare, and this could be a big mistake for Cody. He needs to remain focused on Karrion Kross, as Karrion in the corner is just smiling and laughing to himself here as he tackles Cody Rhodes to the mat. The plan is working for Karrion Kross and Scarlett, and now Karrion Kross could be sizing up Cody Rhodes here with the forearm to the back of the head. And Cody Rhodes is down, and he could be down and out here. Karrion Kross, has the plan worked for the victory? No, Cody Rhodes still able to hang on by a thread here this evening. So again, as we stated before, Cody needs to keep his emotions in check. He needs to keep focused on the matchup and the task at hand. And now Karrion Kross with a mandible claw here, planting Cody Rhodes. Something that we haven't really seen Karrion Kross utilize here in Universe mode. As now he's sizing up Cody Rhodes again. Cody this time able to avoid the cross jacket and now slipping underneath into another crossroads, planting Kross. And Karrion Kross is in big trouble. Cody Rhodes for the victory. No. A huge kick out found again, and Cody cannot believe it. He thought that he had this matchup won. Now looking for another submission hold here. Cody Rhodes. But he breaks the hold here. I'm not sure why he broke the hold on that occasion. As now Karrion Kross is just laughing as Cody is laying a beat down on him. Maybe Karrion Kross feels as though whatever plan he has is working. He's able to avoid that double axe handle, back to his feet. Cody now sent over the top rope and down towards where Scarlett is. I'm sure that Cody doesn't want to be out there. As now Karrion sends him back into the ring, perhaps just playing some mind games once again, Karrion Kross. He knows that Scarlett makes Cody Rhodes uncomfortable. And now planting Cody Rhodes off of the shoulder tackle off the top rope. And things are looking bleak for Cody Rhodes right now. Karrion Kross just laying into him, busting him wide open here. And Karrion Kross, what has he got planned here? With Cody Rhodes planting Cody, and he's keeping that vice grip locked around the waist, planting Cody for a second time. And Cody Rhodes is in deep, deep trouble. Because Karrion Kross, what is he going for? I thought for a moment he may have been going for perhaps the cross jacket once again, but instead just tossing Cody all the way out of the ring. And luckily for Cody Rhodes, he landed on his feet there. And now Cody Rhodes with a kick to the midsection, and now off the second rope into the disaster kick. But Karrion Kross again, just playing possum, unable to just suck Cody Rhodes in. And now Karrion Kross backs it up, and a big forearm in the corner, connecting to Karrion Kross. And now Karrion, he's backed it up again. Could be looking for that forearm to the back of the head, planting Cody Rhodes. And Karrion, surprisingly, not going for the pinfall, at least not yet. Cody Rhodes in big trouble. Oh my word. Karrion Kross, he's got the cross jacket locked in again. Cody needs to find a way out of it. Is he going to be able to get out of the hold here? Karrion Kross has made Cody Rhodes tap out here at SummerSlam. Oh my goodness. Well, Karrion Kross, could he maybe have just proven his point here in Universe mode? Cody Rhodes refusing to allow the darkness to take over him, and perhaps maybe that could be the reason why Karrion Kross was able to just pick apart Cody Rhodes and walk away with a victory.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the OTC
Ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show here at SummerSlam on night 2, we have the OTC making his way down to the ring, and he is going to be in singles action against a person who he knows all too well and seemingly also knows him all too well. Two former Shield brothers are going to clash head to head here tonight at SummerSlam. Months in the making, years in the making, this matchup, as Roman Reigns is about to take on Seth freaking Rollins, as Seth freaking Rollins has stated that he feels that he's the one who created the Tribal Chief, and he wants to be the one to put an end to the Tribal Chief. And it all begins here tonight at SummerSlam on night 2, as the night sky reigns over the stadium here in New Jersey. Roman Reigns all alone, and of course we need to also mention the fact that we did see the return of Paul Heyman back on night 1 of SummerSlam, but seemingly enough he's not alongside the Tribal Chief here. So you have to wonder what is happening in that whole situation just there. But Roman Reigns stands tall, and I'm sure that he's not going to be too bothered by the fact that he's out here all alone. This year in Universe Mode Series, he's spent most of his time all alone, and he's had ups and downs, almost won the King of the Ring tournament, but also suffered losses to the likes of Finn Balor and Drew McIntyre, just to name a few. But now Roman Reigns looks to go head to head with his former Shield brother. So Seth freaking Rollins, the Shield, the former Shield brother for Roman Reigns. At one moment in this Universe Mode series, it seemed like maybe Seth Rollins was looking to reunite the Shield, but then things seemed to fall apart when Roman Reigns continuously refused his help, and Seth freaking Rollins snapped, and now here we are with a singles matchup between Roman Reigns and Seth freaking Rollins at SummerSlam. So Roman Reigns looking almost disgusted with the fact that he has to be in the ring with Seth freaking Rollins, but here we go. Singles action, one-on-one, and a big headbutt to kick off this matchup for Roman Reigns. He's not messing about here this evening is the OTC, but now locking up in the center of the ring, and Roman Reigns just showing his frustration early on here, driving Seth Rollins back into the corner. There's a clean break between these two, but they lock up once more. Roman Reigns trying to assert his dominance here, but Seth Rollins a standing switch into a waistlock applied. So this matchup is years and years in the making, all the way back to when Seth freaking Rollins turned his back on the Shield, and we of course saw Roman Reigns in 2K24's Universe Mode series go up against Bray Wyatt and The Fiend at WrestleMania inside of the Firefly Funhouse. And that was one of the key moments that The Fiend brought up, which pretty much broke the psyche of the Tribal Chief. And now here we are this evening, and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins battling it out here as Roman Reigns overpowering Rollins, driving him down to the mat. And now going to target the arm here is the Tribal Chief, stomping away at the fingers. My goodness. And now Roman Reigns continuing to be frustrated here and almost fighting with his emotions, which is exactly what Seth Rollins wants. And now into the cover, off of that mistake, looking for the victory, but no, big kick out found by the Tribal Chief. So Roman Reigns needs to be careful here, because Seth Rollins, we know that he is the architect, and he always has a plan up his sleeve, and maybe his plan is to just get under the skin of Roman Reigns. Oh, missing out on that shoulder tackle, and then making Roman Reigns cause some kind of a mistake, but in saying so, Roman Reigns has just made Seth Rollins make a mistake. Back into the ring we go. These two gonna lock up again in the center of the ring here. This is a big stakes matchup, and you could argue that maybe one of these two could head towards the World Heavyweight Championship, or should they be victorious here. A big right hand by Roman Reigns though, big tackle in the corner, followed by an elbow as well. Now Roman Reigns into the cover. He feels like he's done enough to put Seth Rollins away here, but just a 1 count found. Seth Rollins able to power out. And now some ground and pound by Roman Reigns. The WWE Universe on their feet here for these two. There's now Roman with a big right hand to Seth. And these two gonna trade blows in the center of the ring. Seth Rollins getting the upper hand momentarily, but Roman Reigns wants some more. So does Seth. And these two are just absolutely battering each other in the middle of the ring here. And Seth freaking Rollins is the man to get the upper hand, and now just muttering away at Roman, telling Roman that he's made a big mistake here by going up against Seth freaking Rollins, a double axe handle to the spine. And now, oh my word, Seth Rollins with Roman in position, pedigree connecting, and into the cover he goes, hooking a leg to put away the Tribal Chief. No. Roman Reigns able to power out here. My goodness, Seth Rollins backing it up in the corner, big splash connecting, forearm to the jaw. And Roman Reigns could be in some trouble, but oh my word, Seth Rollins avoided the Superman punch, and now curb stomp connecting for Rollins. Into the cover he goes for the victory to put away the Tribal Chief, but no. Roman again able to power out, but oh my, Roman Reigns going for that Superman punch again, but couldn't quite connect with it. Seth Rollins able to avoid it once more. As now, Seth Rollins, another reversal here. Seems like Seth Rollins knows exactly what Roman Reigns is going to do before Roman does. But now, Roman Reigns with the upper hand momentarily, but Seth Rollins just seems to always be a step ahead here. And now driving the knee into the spine of the Tribal Chief, cranking away at the jaw here. And Roman able to break the hold, back to his feet, big uppercut. And now Roman tackling Seth Rollins down to the mat. And now going to target the knee. Of course, we know that Seth Rollins has had many injuries with those knees. As Roman Reigns now, he was backing it up into the corner, but Seth back to his feet here. And now Roman into a neck breaker, dropping Seth Rollins on the back of his head. And now back to his feet and into a spear for the Tribal Chief. This could be all over. Into the cover. Roman Reigns for the victory, but no. Seth Rollins is the man that's able to power out this time. Now hoisting Seth up and slamming him down to the mat. Seth Rollins at the mercy of the Tribal Chief right now. Big right hands raining down on Rollins. As Roman now again going to target the hand. Stomping away at the fingers. Absolutely brutal stuff here between these two. And Roman going to head up to the top rope. It's not often we see this. The Tribal Chief looking to fly. Big elbow drop, not connecting. Seth Rollins back to his feet again, looking for a big right hand. Reversals upon reversals between these two. And now Seth heading up top. Seth Rollins looking to put away Roman Reigns. You can see the bruising beginning to develop around the nose on Seth Rollins. Big clothesline connecting. And now Roman back to his feet, and oh my word, Seth Rollins has him in position again. Pedigree for a second time into the cover to put away the Tribal Chief. No, big kick out again by Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. Seems like there's some doubt creeping over his face here. And now Roman, you don't want to be there. Seth Rollins with another curb stomp connecting. And Roman Reigns is in deep, deep trouble for the victory. Seth freaking Rollins, no! Another huge kick out, oh my word, for the Tribal Chief. But Seth Rollins, oh my goodness, a reversal found for Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins was looking to pile on the pressure and pile on the offense, but Roman Reigns found a way to reverse the curb stomp. That surely would have put Roman away here. But now Seth Rollins fighting back out of the corner. What a matchup this is between these two. Main event worthy, but this card is so stacked that these two unfortunately weren't able to main event the card, and it seems like they've got a chip on their shoulder and a big Superman punch connecting. And Roman Reigns, is he going to go for the cover? He's not. Oh my word, he's backed it up into the corner. Roman Reigns looking for the spear, connecting to Seth freaking Rollins, almost breaking him in half. Is he going to go for the cover? He is. Roman Reigns looking for the victory to put away Seth Rollins. No, big kick out again. This time for Seth freaking Rollins. And now Roman Reigns, what has he got planned here? Oh, Seth Rollins sent into the referee. And now, oh, Roman Reigns going for a submission hold here. Is he going to make Seth Rollins tap out? He's got it locked in underneath the jaw. A tight vice grip. Is Seth Rollins going to be able to break the hold? He can't, but Roman Reigns, it seemed like, was the man to release the hold. As now Seth sent off of the ropes here and into another spear. That's surely got to be it. Hold on a second, what? Well, what on earth is happening here? Even Roman Reigns is confused, but he needs to focus on this matchup. Hold on a second, who the heck is that? Steel chair in hand, off of the face, off of Roman Reigns, but who on earth was that? Seth Rollins taking a moment, almost confused himself. I'm not sure if this is part of his plan perhaps, but Seth Rollins into the cover on Roman Reigns. Is it going to be enough to put the Tribal Chief down? And well, thanks to some kind of masked attacker, Seth Rollins is victorious.
Here's your winner, Seth Rollins!
Well, who on earth was behind the mask, and who on earth just assisted Seth Rollins here?
The following contest is a triple threat match and is for the WWE Women's World Championship. Introducing the challenger from San Fernando, Chile, Stephanie Vaquer.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we move towards the ending of SummerSlam, as the night falls deeper, we have the number one contender, or at least one of the number one contenders to the Women's World Championship. It is the Queen of the Ring, Stephanie Vaquer, making her way down to the ring here at SummerSlam. She is the woman who was victorious in defeating Tiffany Stratton in the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament to earn herself an opportunity here. And then her other opponent here this evening was victorious in the Survivor Series gauntlet match.
And introducing the challenger, representing Metaphor from Atlanta, Georgia, Lash Legend.
And this is the woman who survived the 30-woman gauntlet match back at Survivor Series to earn herself her opportunity at the Women's World Championship. Of course, she had the opportunity to decide whichever champion she wanted, and she opted to choose for Jade Cargill, which opened the door for Tiffany Stratton to earn her opportunity against Bayley on night one. But here this evening, the Bougie Bully is looking to win her first championship on the main roster, and she is probably one of the only superstars in the entire division that can actually stand toe-to-toe with the Storm.
Introducing the champion from Orlando, Florida, the WWE Women's World Champion, Jade Cargill.
And so for the Women's World Champion, Jade Cargill, this could be a make or break moment for her. In recent months, we have seen a little bit of a downward slip in her form, as it all started back at Survivor Series, where she couldn't seem to get the job done against Stephanie Vaquer. She had to desperately opt for a roll-up victory in that one. And then back at Evolution, she took on Io Sky in an open challenge, and she actually took a count-out victory there. Seemingly once again, maybe some doubt creeping in for the Storm. And you have to wonder, in a triple threat matchup here at SummerSlam, is the pressure going to be too much for the Storm? So Stephanie Vaquer, the current Queen of the Ring, Lash Legend, the winner of the Survivor Series Gauntlet, and the Women's World Champion Jade Cargill has been one of the most dominant superstars in the entire division, and straight out the gate she targets Stephanie Vaquer with a huge spear, almost ripping her in half. But now the Bougie Bully gonna target Stephanie Vaquer as well. Of course, we have seen Lash Legend and Jade Cargill go back and forth a couple of times here in Universe Mode, one of which was where Jordynne Grace back on Monday Night Raw a number of months ago made her big return and attacked Lash Legend and potentially cost her this championship, as that was the only time that Lash Legend and Jade Cargill had been in singles action for the title. We of course saw them back at Bash in Berlin in a triple threat match as well, where Lash Legend was very, very impressive and almost had the victory, but Jade Cargill was able to retain the title, with Jordynne Grace of course in that matchup as well. But now Stephanie Vaquer, the woman who seemed to maybe have Jade Cargill's number recently, was back to her feet for a moment, but Jade Cargill about to try and stop Stephanie Vaquer in her tracks, and now the Bougie Bully looking to bully the storm here this evening. Lash Legend, of course, in recent weeks has made it clear that she wants to do things all on her own and she doesn't need any kind of help. And it seemed like Jakara Jackson had a thing or two to say about that back on Monday Night Raw. But now Jade Cargill slamming Lash Legend face first into the canvas. And now Jade Cargill hoisting up and planting Stephanie Vaquer. Now, of course, there are no disqualifications, no countouts here. Triple threat rules for the Women's World Championship. Now Jade Cargill off the springboard, connecting with the crossbody. Didn't quite catch all of it. And now Lash Legend taking Jade Cargill out from behind. A big stomp to the hamstring. As now Stephanie Vaquer heads to the outside. Opting to go after a prime bottle here, perhaps wanting to utilize some kind of weapon here. As now Stephanie Vaquer with a prime bottle in hand. And Lash Legend not about to allow her to use it. Big right hand by the Bougie Bully. But Stephanie standing her ground here. Driving Lash Legend back into the corner. But then Jade Cargill takes Stephanie Vaquer down to the mat. Jade Cargill seemingly has a bone to pick with Stephanie Vaquer, who's into the cover, but she doesn't realise that Lash Legend is back into the ring behind her. Now big forearm to the spine, of course we did. Oh my word, a huge boot in the corner by the Bougie Bully, straight into the cover. She thinks she's done enough, but Jade Cargill is alert to the situation there and able to break up the count. Oh my word, Lash Legend has the champion in position. Lash extension connecting for one of the #1 contenders, but Stephanie Vaquer back to her feet again, and she's able to break up the count this time. In this kind of matchup, you have to pick your moment very strategically. Lash Legend clearly hadn't put Stephanie Vaquer down for enough time to be able to get the pinfall, but that might do it. Jade Cargill now standing toe to toe with the Bougie Bully, who just drops her from such a height there. Looking to utilise that prime bottle herself now, the Bougie Bully. But now all three of these superstars going at it. Now Jade Cargill has Stephanie Vaquer and plants her off with the Jaded. And she's going to go into the cover, but Lash Legend, I'm sure that she's there, and she is, and she's able to break up the count. Lash Legend keeping this matchup alive. Jade Cargill just trying to send a message to the #1 contenders. Both Stephanie Vaquer and Lash Legend, as now Jade Cargill and Lash Legend just talking trash to each other for a moment. And now Stephanie just gonna get tossed across the ring here. And I mean, it seems like Jade Cargill and Lash Legend are almost treating Stephanie Vaquer as if she doesn't deserve to be here. And I mean, that's a dangerous game to play here with La Primera, as now Jade Cargill planting the Bougie Bully. Stephanie going to head to the outside, perhaps thinking about bringing more weapons into play here. But it's a dangerous game to play because Jade Cargill left all alone with the Bougie Bully. Stomps to the face now. There's now Jade Cargill with a big European uppercut, and now Jade heading to the outside. Could have perhaps gone for a victory there, but now instead opting for the kendo stick to the spine and the ribs of Stephanie Vaquer. Jade Cargill breaking the kendo stick on Stephanie's head. Seems like Jade just wants to dish out as much punishment as she can to Stephanie Vaquer, and that could be dangerous because Lash Legend could take advantage of that situation and perhaps walk out with a Women's World Championship. Lash Legend though, with Jade Cargill, big boot in the ring, and Jade opting not to go for the pinfall, which is surprising. She could have perhaps got the victory. Stephanie Vaquer playing up to the WWE Universe on the outside. Meanwhile, inside the ring, Jade Cargill with Lash Legend planting her off with a suplex, utilising the ropes as a bit of a springboard. And now Stephanie Vaquer is in control just for a moment. Jade Cargill though into a dragon screw of her own, targeting the knee of Stephanie Vaquer. Now big strikes by Jade Cargill, going toe to toe with Lash Legend here, and Lash Legend dropping a storm on the back of her head. Oh my word, what on earth? Look at this! Stephanie Vaquer with the Lash extension to Lash Legend. My goodness! Stephanie Vaquer looking for the championship. Is it going to be enough? But Jade Cargill back into the ring and breaking up the count. Well, that's impressive power on display by La Primera to hoist up Lash Legend and deliver the Lash extension. But now a dragon screw in the corner, tearing the ligaments off of the knee, off of the Bougie Bully. And now Stephanie Vaquer is kicking it into another gear here, taking down both superstars, utilizing that prime bottle now. And I mean, Lash Legend could be in some trouble, but hold on a second, into a roll-up. Lash Legend looking to steal the title. Jade Cargill back to her feet, but a kick-out found by Stephanie Vaquer. And Lash Legend was a split second away from walking out with a Women's World Championship here at SummerSlam. And now Stephanie at the mercy of the Storm. Jade Cargill could possibly feel as though her title was maybe just slipping through her fingers. As now she's looking to regain control of this matchup, but Stephanie Vaquer not about to allow her to do so. Bringing Jade Cargill back down to size, as it seems like she's been doing in recent months. And hold on a second, La Primera with the Devil's Kiss to the Women's World Champion. And Lash Legend back to her feet, and Jade Cargill wisely to the outside. Big boot in the ring. Lash Legend going to steal the victory for the title. Can she do it? No. Big kick out found. And Jade Cargill showing her frustrations that she almost lost her championship there. She was too busy on the outside trying to gain a weapon. As now Stephanie Vaquer has been caught again. The damage is just being piled on here. As Stephanie Vaquer planted face first, she's busted wide open, and Lash Legend is able to break up the count. And well, Jade just clearly sending a message to Lash and to Stephanie Vaquer there, but now Lash Legend planting the Storm. Oh my word, Stephanie is in deep, deep trouble. If she doesn't find a reversal here, we could have a new Women's World Champion. Lash Legend planting Stephanie Vaquer, but a big kick to Lash by Jade Cargill saves the championship once again. And I mean, Stephanie Vaquer has taken all of the offense in this one. And oh my word, what on earth is this? Oh my goodness, Jade Cargill with a Mexican destroyer to Lash Legend. What on earth have I just witnessed? And Stephanie Vaquer onto the steel steps. What are these women doing? Putting their bodies on the line. My goodness. I don't know how Stephanie Vaquer is still standing here. A suicide dive where I believe that Stephanie may have eaten most of the steps there. But now Stephanie just sending a message to Lash, stating that she's going to be the number one, or she's going to be the world champion, I should say. As now, all three superstars on the outside of the ring. Lash Legend driving Jade Cargill face first into the apron. And then a big headbutt. And then just tossing Stephanie Vaquer across the floor on the outside. Big boot to the Women's World Champion, and Lash is in full control right now. This does not bode well for the women's division on Monday Night Raw. If the Bougie Bully gets that Women's World title, Stephanie Vaquer grabbed a hold of that sledgehammer. She was looking to utilize it for a moment, but now back into the ring we go. Lash Legend with prime bottle in hand. Gonna target the Women's World Champion. Off of her face of Jade Cargill. Big dropkick connecting for Stephanie Vaquer. Now Stephanie. Well, she's gonna target the leg and the knee again. Targeting that knee. Trying to take out the foundation and the base away from Lash Legend here. And Jade Cargill just allowing the damage to ensue there. Stephanie may have been thinking about the SVB there, but Jade Cargill finding a reversal and planting Stephanie Vaquer. And I mean, this matchup could be about to go the way of either Lash Legend or Jade Cargill, because Stephanie Vaquer is struggling on the outside. Jade Cargill at the mercy of the Bougie Bully. Lash Legend trying to send a message to the locker room here. As now, with that kendo stick in hand off of her face. And Lash Legend finding a reversal. And now you don't want the Bougie Bully to have a weapon in hand. Oh my word. Lash Legend with a choke slam connecting to Stephanie Vaquer. Into the cover she goes. This has surely got to be it for the victory and the championship. Stephanie Vaquer able to kick out here. And now Lash Legend playing up to the WWE Universe. That may not be a wise decision though, As Jade Cargill looking to take advantage now, looking to take down Stephanie Vaquer herself with a big boot. And Lash Legend going to steal the championship perhaps. Lash extension connecting to the world champion. Into the cover she goes. New champion on Monday Night Raw, Lash Legend. No, a huge kick out found by the women's world champion. And that could have been Lash Legend's moment to win the title here. Maybe she made a mistake because Stephanie Vaquer is the one who's taken all the damage in this one. She could have maybe stolen the victory by stealing the pin onto Stephanie Vaquer, but now planted. Off of the back suplex there is Stephanie. And Jade Cargill now wanting Stephanie Vaquer to get back to her feet here. But Jade Cargill, oh my goodness, Stephanie Vaquer planted once again off of Jaded. And a big boot connecting for Lash Legend. My goodness. Well, how much longer are these three going to fight for this title? None of these superstars want to give an inch here. As Lash Legend now looking for a choke slam, but a reversal found for the champion. Stephanie Vaquer back to her feet once more. Big European uppercut by Lash. Big boot into the corner. Lash Legend now once again with that prime bottle, but Jade Cargill back to her feet. And Jade Cargill now planting Lash Legend. My goodness, what a matchup this is between these three superstars. Three of the very best in the division. Big right hand by Jade. And now the boot to the face of Lash Legend. And Lash could be down and out for a big moment here. Now, oh, what the heck? Jade Cargill was about to go for the victory, but Bianca Belair, Miss Money in the Bank, has arrived. But hold on a second. Naomi, what on earth is she doing? Seems like Naomi doesn't want to allow Bianca Belair to gain that championship, perhaps. She wants to stop the cash-in from happening. Naomi trying to steal the championship. And Jade Cargill not about to allow Naomi to walk out with that title. Naomi trying to send a message that that championship belongs to her here. As now her and Jade Cargill just arguing on the rampway. These two, well, what is happening in this matchup now? Lash Legend into play. Big boot connecting. It looked like she was targeting the champion, Jade Cargill. But Jade was able to avoid it. And now with Lash, Jaded connecting onto the rampway. What on earth is going on? We're supposed to have a championship match right here, but Lash Legend laid out. Jade Cargill back into the ring. Stephanie Vaquer back to her feet. And she's caught the champion. SVB connecting. Jade Cargill in deep trouble. And Stephanie Vaquer heading up to the top rope. Is she going to be able to do it here? Perhaps for a new champion. Stephanie Vaquer connecting off of the corkscrew moonsault. Hooking a leg into the pin for a new champion. Stephanie Vaquer has done it. She is the Women's World Champion.
Here is your winner, and the new WWE Women's World Champion, Stephanie Vaquer.
Well, first of all, Bianca Belair may be costing Jade Cargill here this evening. And then Naomi also getting involved, causing further distraction. But Stephanie Vaquer takes advantage and is the new champion.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. That is for the Undisputed WWE Championship.
And ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with the show here at SummerSlam, we have the greatest of all time, John Cena, on his farewell tour in the main event, looking to win his 17th World Championship here in the WWE. But he's got one heck of a task on hand as he has to take on the final boss, The Rock, to try and take the Undisputed Championship away from the final boss. And you could argue that maybe John Cena is fighting for the future of the business here this evening. But another thing that we must also state is the fact that the final boss did actually in fact give John Cena a final offer back on Friday Night SmackDown, and it seems like here tonight John Cena is going to have a decision to make, maybe even before the match begins. And ladies and gentlemen, here is the undisputed WWE Champion, the man who has held the title ever since WrestleMania, but the final boss has only defended the title on one occasion this year in 2K25's Universe Mode series, and that was back at Crown Jewel, where he defended the championship and unified the title with the Winged Eagle champion, which was Randy Orton at the time. And actually, interestingly enough, back there, we did even see the Samoan Werewolf appear, and it seemed like for a moment he may have been looking to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase, only for the final boss to stop him in his tracks, and it seemed like maybe they were in on it all along, and Jacob Fatu actually assisted the final boss in retaining his championship. But now here at SummerSlam, The Rock marches down towards the ring with a new opponent, someone who he knows all too well, and The Rock has issued one final offer for John Cena here tonight at SummerSlam. So John Cena has a decision to make. Does he want to side himself along with the final boss, give The Rock exactly what he wants, and then The Rock is going to, in return, give John Cena everything that he's ever wanted? That could be Hollywood movies, that could be the 17-time World Championship. So you have to wonder, does that mean that The Rock is perhaps maybe even willing to lie down for John Cena here tonight, should John Cena give the final boss what he is looking for? And it's not quite clear as of yet what exactly The Rock is after, especially from John Cena. So, I mean, maybe we'll find out before this matchup, but only time will tell, I guess. And I'm not sure that John Cena is going to be the type of person who will just take an easy way out here. I'm sure that John Cena wants to earn that 17th World Championship. But I mean, we could be about to find out in just a moment's time whether The Rock has been able to persuade John Cena otherwise. So let's get into this one.
Introducing the challenger from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, the greatest of all time, John Cena! And his opponent from Miami, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the undisputed WWE Champion, The Rock!
Here we go, main event of SummerSlam Night 2. The Undisputed Championship on the line. John Cena getting a glimpse as to what he could potentially be walking out of this building with. And a 17-time record is on the line. So here we go, John Cena looking focused, so is The Rock. But how is this one going to start? So The Rock offering a handshake to John Cena. Oh my goodness, but John Cena just slapping The Rock and clearly refusing the handshake here. And The Rock is not too pleased about that, so whatever plan The Rock had this evening, John Cena is not going to fall for it. And John Cena is not going to take an easy way towards that 17-time World Championship. Instead, he's going to try and wrestle it out of the hands of the final boss here at SummerSlam. But now The Rock getting the upper hand of John Cena into a standing switch, waist lock applied. This entire stadium on their feet here. What high stakes we have in this matchup. John Cena looking for his 17-time World Championship, whereas The Rock looking to keep a hold of the title into a roll-up, looking to steal the win, but a kick-out found by Cena. And this WWE Universe know exactly what's at stake here. If the final boss holds that title, if he walks out of this building with that title, I should say, then we don't know the next time that championship will be on the line. Whereas John Cena is looking to try and maybe save the WWE, whilst also breaking that record and gaining a 17-time World Championship. There's now a headlock applied onto the final boss. And as Cena was mentioning during the build-up to this one, he's been the one man that has been able to keep the final boss in his place throughout The Rock's career. And possibly that could all come to a head here tonight. And now the final boss floating over. DDT connecting, and John Cena is struggling to get anything going here. The final boss is feeling it right now. He's not looking to play around. He's looking to make quick work of the greatest of all time. John Cena now locking up with the final boss. Another thing about John Cena here tonight is these opportunities do not come around so often. And John Cena on his farewell tour is running out of time to win that World Championship. Is he going to be able to do it here tonight at SummerSlam? He's got to take down the final boss, who's just absolutely ragdolling Cena here. Cena, though, looking to fight back from underneath. And now Cena into a roll-up, looking to steal the victory, to steal the championship. But no, kick-out found for the final boss. You can just feel the tension in the stadium. Every time there's a roll-up or someone's shoulders are pinned to the mat, you can feel the tension throughout this entire audience here in New Jersey. And now John Cena finally getting the upper hand on the final boss. Back and forth we go between these two. Now locking up in the center of the ring, Cena hoisting up and slamming The Rock down. Cena trying to build some momentum here, looking for a big right hand, but the final boss returns. He's now hoisting up Cena up onto the shoulder here. And now the final boss dropping Cena face first onto the turnbuckle pad. And The Rock just measuring his man now. Cena a little bit groggy here. The final boss sending him off the ropes though. And now, Cena finding a reversal. The Rock may have been thinking about going for a spine buster there, but big reversal found for Cena and into a stunner off with a springboard from the second rope. And The Rock's going to know all too well about the stunner, but oh my word, the final boss has caught Cena, and he's going to look to make Cena tap out here at SummerSlam with the Undisputed Championship on the line. But Cena able to find a way to power out of this one. And hold on a second, the final boss was looking for the Rock bottom, but luckily for Cena, he was able to find a reversal. And that could be a massive turning point in this matchup. John Cena now hoisting The Rock up. Up onto the shoulders. Hold on a second. The final boss into the attitude adjustment. This could be it for the championship. 17 time. No. The Rock able to get the shoulder up once again. And now Cena, he's going to measure his man. He's looking for the 5-knuckle shuffle. Connecting for Cena. And John Cena could be making quick work of the final boss here. The Rock's in big trouble. He's away from the ropes. STF is locked in tight on the champion. Is he going to tap out here? Well, the final boss just able to break the hold. Cena couldn't quite keep a hold under the jaw. The Rock able to find a couple of big, well-placed elbows to the jaw. Into an atomic drop here. Not just one. Going for two. Just targeting the spine and the midsection of Cena. Is now cranking away at the jaw here. Is the final boss just looking to slow the pace down and regain control of this matchup. The undisputed champion, of course, winning that title back at WrestleMania by defeating Jey Uso and having the Samoan werewolf come to his aid after Jacob Fatu had lost out on that World Heavyweight Championship the night before. And now, The Rock with Cena in the corner, planting him onto the mat. And the final boss looking to pick apart John Cena piece by piece. But hold on a second, Cena with some big elbows to the midsection, looking to fight back into this one. Big boot connecting. The final boss is down, at least for a moment here. And Cena trying to gather himself, trying to decide what he wants to go for. Up to the top rope he goes. The final boss back into the ring. And The Rock has caught Cena and he goes crashing down. And that could be a big mistake for Cena. Perhaps choosing the wrong moment to head up to the top rope there. And the pressure is mounting against John Cena. And we've seen this year that even CM Punk stated that he felt that the pressure was getting to Cena. And maybe this farewell tour is too much for him to handle. But now big body splash connecting for The Rock. And into the cover he goes. Cena's busted wide open here for the championship to retain the title. But no. A big kick out found at the last second for Cena. But things are getting all too close right now. And now Cena is in big trouble. Because the final boss has him in position. Looking for the most electrifying move in all of sports entertainment. Connecting with the people's elbow into the cover. Hooking the leg to retain the championship. No! Cena still has life left in him. Big reversal found. Back to his feet he goes. And John Cena now with the 3 moves of doom. Making his way back into this ring. And back into this matchup. Planting the final boss once again. And Cena deciding not to go for the 5-knuckle shuffle. Instead heading up to the top rope. What is he going for here? A super 5-knuckle shuffle off of the top rope. Into the cover he goes. Looking for the victory for the championship. But oh my goodness. The final boss just kicked out of one. But now Cena is measuring his man. Up onto the shoulders. Attitude adjustment for a second time. Hooking the leg for the victory. Cena gonna do it? No. The final boss powers out once again. And this WWE Universe feel that John Cena is getting ever so closer to that 17th World Championship. The final boss sends Cena off the ropes and tosses him over his head. And Cena wisely going to create some room here. Get a chance to recover on the apron before being tossed back into the ring by the final boss. The Rock is done playing around. And he wants to put Cena away here. You can see all the bruises just developing across the body of John Cena here. He's being put through a war right now. But he continues fighting back here. The final boss is going to have to do a lot more than that to keep Cena down. Off the ropes he goes. The final boss looking to wear out Cena with a spine buster connecting. Shattering the spine. And now, the final boss, oh my word, he's going to go for it again. This time, removing the other elbow pad. Oh my word, what? He's here, but why is he timed it now? The Rock is asking for Jacob to head to the ring, but hold on a second with a briefcase to the back of the head. Jacob Fatu, he's going to cash in. He's telling Jessica Carr to make it official, which she does so. Triple threat matchup now. No disqualifications, no countouts as Jacob Fatu takes Cena out on the outside. And I mean, surely not. Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf, has he finally snapped? Has he finally decided to go into business for himself, perhaps? With Cena over on the table. Oh my word. Jacob Fatu, he's going to head up to the top rope. He's looking to take Cena out of the equation. John Cena in big trouble. Put through the announce desk. And the 17th championship could perhaps maybe be slipping out of the fingers off of John Cena. Inside the ring now. With the Rock laid out. Best moonsault ever. Into the cover. Jacob Fatu. And he's successfully cashed in the briefcase. Jacob Fatu is the undisputed champion